Welcome friends, today I'm showing how to make these cute little sleeping dog ornaments. I'm introducing a new product called clay foam, which is lighter and cheaper to work with than regular air dry clay. You can see that this is still kind of soft and squishy right here. Even the dog is made out of the clay foam. I switched to this so that it would be easy to stick inside the ornament. I am pleasantly surprised with the outcome. This material is used to make weaponry and costumes in cosplay. Cosplay is the act of making your own costumes and acting out your favorite characters in books, movies, video games, and anime with other people and bringing it to life. My goal is to make ornaments in a variety of ways as inspiration. I will leave links to the supplies I'm using in the text box below this video to help you start your research. Look at how soft and squishy this is. And not all clay foams are the same. That's why I've been doing some research on it. We want one that doesn't shrink as much, and we want one that can hold a lot of detail. The dogs and pillows are made from fondant, chocolate, and clay molds. They're easy to work with as long as you know these few simple tricks. Otherwise, the foam clay can wreak havoc on your creations. The ornaments I'm using are glass, and they're quite fragile. And if you stick with me, you'll see that during this video. I'll link a plastic ornament option too. These are little cappy molds. I have 4 different dog types here. I started off with a color like this yesterday to make this little dog. I want more clay than I think I'll need for here. To make this color, all I did was add a little bit of craft acrylic. Just mix it together like this. Now I'm going to mix up the color for the pillow. Just create a little bowl and pour acrylic inside it. And this is going to be very messy. So I'm going to see if I can start to mix this up. So you might want to add a little less at a time. I decided to go for it today. And this is definitely a little harder to work with. So I'm going to leave it up to you. I'm enjoying the color and I'm actually enjoying the mess right now. It kind of feels like a fleeting heart. Reminds me of Edgar Allan Poe. Telltale Heart. This is actually a Christmas video. It is not for Halloween. So I know that this looks a little discerning right now. I can paint a little bit on top of it later too. Ooh, this actually is a nice picker-upper. Okay, moving on to the dog mold. I'm taking the clay and I'm stuffing it into the mold. And I want to press it in and get it into all the little nooks and crannies. Really stretch out the mold. Make sure it's all down there. Keep pressing it for a while because I want to get the best impression that I possibly can. So I'm not using any oil or any cornstarch to soften the edges. Instead, we're going to do something else because this is going to stick to the sides, but I'll show you how to get around it. This is where I would spend the time, is just making sure it's in there, making sure I got all of the front paws, the back paws, the nose, the facial area, and then I'm going to start to pull some of this off. Now, I've watched a lot of people work with the foam clay. They leave quite a bit on here and then they'll do sanding and stuff afterwards. That's another option. I'm not going to get a Dremel tool out. However, that would be more of a professional way to do this. And it's something I might do in the future. I want to show you how you can do this relatively easy without a lot of extra tools and materials. And this is where I spend most of my time, just making sure I have this down. So there's less to work on and less to pull off once I take it out of the mold. Kind of moving it to make sure I know where the sides are. I think you get the idea. And then I'll show you what to do with it in a moment. Let's move on to the pillow. With the pillow, if I wanted to, I could stuff white down separately. I'm just going to paint it on for the first one because it's a little bit easier for the first time that you're working with this so you can see how it works. And I'm just going to press it down and get it down in there. See if I can take off some of this. I'll come back in a minute and I'll show you what these look like before I move on to the next step. I have this pretty much finished. You can see that this isn't perfect right here. I don't think it's going to matter too much. So I can pull away from the sides a little bit, make sure it's all down in there. And the same with this one. Now here's the key with the sticky foam clay. We want to put this in the freezer. So I'll set my timer for a half hour and we'll come back. It's been a half hour and I'll show you how easy it is to peel these back. Isn't this awesome? What I do like about the foam clay versus regular clay is look at how clean it comes out. You don't have to clean out your molds. Look at how much detail I was able to get. Wow, this one turned out beautifully. Wow. Love it. Isn't that going to be cute? Okay, so let's see how the dog is turning out here. I'm just going to be more careful with this because there's more detail that's down below. And I think it's dry enough. It's coming out well. Again, if this was starting to stick a little bit, I'd want to wait. Look at the cute little puppy. Look at all that detail. And this was a cheaper foam clay. There's different types of foam clay. I'm going to be working with a variety of them. So I'm going to continue to make these dog ornaments. It will take 24 to 48 hours for these to dry thoroughly. I'm using 3 matte acrylic paints, including Melon, Deep Red, and White, plus an Antique Brown wax. I'll begin by dry brushing white on the dog. I want a towel that I can wipe this on because I want to add just a little bit of white to this. I'm brushing on lightly to make sure I do not mess up the detail, and I'm brushing most of the paint on the top plane. Get that little doggy tail. My dogs are probably going to think I'm talking to them right now. I'm going to get a little bit of white right there. I'm going to leave it a little darker here, so I'm thinking of the eye sockets around the eyes. I do want to get a little bit on the top there, the eyelid. Definitely want to get more up here. I'll keep it pink or that peachy color inside the ears. So I'll get more up here eventually. And I'm just going to build it up. So let's let this dry a little bit and paint the white trim on the pillow. To start this, I'll paint one little area and then I'm going to turn off the camera and finish it. So I'm going to keep going around here. If I miss a little bit, I'm going to add a little bit more red there later. To show you how easy this is to clean up, I'm just wetting down my brush here and wetting it down, and then I can just wipe it up. For the ears and the pads of the feet, I'm mixing a little bit of the deep red with the melon to get a little bit more of a pinkish color. Along with the ears and the pads of the feet, I decided I'll add a little pink to the nose, as well as make a couple of spots on the body of the dog. That way I can mix it in with the brown a little bit later on and get a little color variation. Now we're going to move on to the brown wax. I am not using these the traditional way, so I'm not following the directions. I do want to work with this while this is wet. I'm rubbing the brown over the dog, and then I'm going to quickly wipe it off and let the brown stay down in the crevices so that way I can see the detail in the fur. Also, I'll get down in the folds by the ears and the legs and the toes so that we can get them to stand out more, and work on the face so that I can get the eyes, nose, and mouth to stand out well too. Now we'll wipe it off and see what we have. Looks like Panda from our dog training class. And Panda was adorable. You can see that I'm building up the white, and that's because the foam clay is still wet and it absorbs some of the white, which is what I want to create more of a natural fur color. Now I'm going to build up this more later. I do want to let this dry before I rub the edges up against the side of the glass inside the ornament. Therefore, I'll add a little red and water to the pillow to brighten it up a little bit more. Instead of adding glue, I'll add water to the base of the animal and the top of the pillow. I'm bringing the moisture from the foam to the surface so I can attach them together. Ooh, that's already sticking really well there. So the most important thing, you see how I have it off-centered? I definitely want to center this before I place it inside because we want the ornament to hang correctly. Lastly, I'll touch it up with a little bit of brown wax. That's kind of cute. Pretty cute. In here. Get that little bottom. Get that little baby bottom. I need to check the sides. If it still has a lot of paint on it, I don't want to stick inside the ornament yet, but I also want it to be soft and pliable enough that it'll fit in there. Okay, and I'll show you that in a minute. Oh, I lost the video. Whoa. I just had an ornament explode on me when I was using alcohol to wipe off some brown spots on it. If you are using glass ornaments like I'm using, if there's any spots in the glass, just leave it. It's not worth it. Otherwise, you can use some plastic ornaments, and I do have a link below. They're a little over 3 inches. Before placing my dog inside, it's a good idea to clean out my ornament first. I'm using 91% alcohol and a cotton ball to wipe it out. Now I'll place the ornament off to the side and begin adding water to the base of the pillow so that I can slide it in and it can stick to the bottom of the ornament. When placing the dog inside the ornament, I want to press the ends up against the back, take a paintbrush, press down the pillow inside the crater, and take my finger to bring the outside down a little bit to create a little crease so it sits in there nicely. For the hanger, I'm using a 1/8 inch burgundy ribbon and a finger bow. That's it. I hope you enjoyed. I'll continue with the little puppy videos. As always, dear friends, happy crafting and all my best and love to you.